keeping secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface, still they try to drag my name.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is your man, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. Now, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and drop that like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that bell and get those notifications so you can be up and to date with all my latest and greatest videos. And of course, if you do not know, I am now officially able to have membership on my channel. And my memberships is really pretty cool to be able to join. All you have to do is just go to my main profile page. At the top right corner, you'll see a clear white box that says join. All you have to do is click that button. When you click the button, you will see that I have 3 different tiers. I have the Superstar tier, which is my most popular. That Superstar tier will allow you to have the loyalty badges where you start off as a rookie 1 and you can work your way all the way up to a legend. You also will be able to see that not only in my live streams, but also when you comment on my videos or anywhere on my YouTube channel. You also will be able to get the custom emotes, where you also again be able to use that in my streams, and also if you're commenting on my videos. Another cool perk is you will also get the right to vote on my exclusive polls just for my members. These polls will be asking questions about what videos should I drop in the next couple of days, you know, what direction I'm going, hey, some ideas that I'm having, just trying to get the input from some of my loyal members, right? Next, you also have the elite package. That will also include being able to connect with me on social media. So obviously I'll be able to connect with you on Twitter and also Instagram. So you'll be able to have, I'll add you as a friend and vice versa. So we'll be connected there. You also get early access to my new videos, which is probably one of the most coolest perks to have. You will literally, like, if you was a member right now, you will already have had this video already sent to you, and you have been able to see this video a day before everybody else. That's pretty cool. And then also we have the legend perk will mean that you can play any type of game with me that I own. Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex, you know, Course 2K, whatever game that I have, I'll let you know. And if you want to play on that, you can. If you want to play on 2K, you can also. So it's just whatever game you want to play together. And then also you get access to a members only live chat. So members only live chat means that, you know, I will be streaming members only live chat where I'm streaming game, and the only people that I'll be able to comment in that, it will be just the members. All right. So that is the perks that you're looking at if you become a member. But other than that, let's go ahead and hop right into the video. Okay. So what we got today is the one and only Paul George. Now, a lot of y'all have been spamming me up, asking me to make a Paul George build. So, of course, you know me being the uncle that I am. Let me go ahead and satisfy my nephews and nieces by pushing this up and going ahead and dropping it today. Now, if most of y'all do not know much about Paul George, then I don't know where you've been hiding under a rock. Paul George is arguably one of the best two-way players in the league. I guess if you wanted to try to put him up there with Kawhi Leonard and, of course, Klay Thompson, like, you know, it's pretty cool to have, I guess, arguably the top 3 two-way players in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the same team. All right. So needless to say, Paul George is an extremely great two-way player. What really sets him apart is that he does a little bit of everything, just kind of like how Kawhi Leonard does. That's why you will always kind of see like the similarities in their game. They both can slash. They both can shoot from the mid-range. They both can post up. They both can dribble. They both can play really good perimeter defense. They're just all around really good players. And the cool thing about them, they're very unselfish players, so they work really good together. And that's why, obviously, the Clippers are projected to be one of the top contenders, of course, with my Lakers, to be, you know, to win the East and also win the NBA championship. Okay. The thing that's pretty cool about Paul George is that when he was coming up through the NBA, he had there was a lot of unknown about Paul George, right? So there wasn't just as if like when he was coming out of college that people assumed that he was going to be the superstar that he is, right? And he was drafted in 2010 draft, and he was actually picked 10th overall, right? Now, he was picked 10th overall. That was the draft where John Wall went #1. So, of course, John Wall is an extremely great player. He's just been hurt for the past 2 seasons. So a lot of people have forgotten about how great of a player he is. I cannot wait till he comes back to go ahead and reinstate himself as one of the top 5 point guards in the league. nobody could do what John Wall could do. Keep up with John Wall from basket to basket. Literally one of the fastest in the game. He had the Achilles injury, so it'd just be interesting to see how he's going to be able to cover from that. But anyway, that's the draft that John Wall went 1, right? And that's also where DeMarcus Cousins was picked, and then Gordon Hayward. So they were picked above him. So, but if you was to redo this draft over again, I would definitely say that Paul George would be the #1 pick. So Paul George would probably be with the Washington Wizards right now. But that was a draft that he came out of. It wasn't a really great draft, but it was a good enough draft where you can literally you can see there's 5 All-Stars that were picked in the top 10. So as far as those GMs, they did a good job picking. But let's look at some of the things with Paul George. All right, so Paul George right here, he has his driving dunk is an 85, so that means he can get contact dunks. All right, and then his mid-range is 77, his 3-points 85. Most people know Paul George definitely he can shoot it from deep and he can dunk it, right? That's why he's an inside-out scorer. You go here to his post moves are all in the 70s, which is pretty decent. And then his pass accuracy and his ball hands in 86, so he can speed boost. And that's what makes it really, really hard. And that's why I was like, man, I don't really like to dive in trying to get into these small forward shooting guard builds where the guys are tall, because you're not really able to make a true Paul George build. I literally sat there and watched videos of people trying to make quote-unquote Paul George, or try to get it to where it says similar to Paul George, and I'm like, bro, that is not Paul George. You don't get contact dunks, he can't shoot, he can't dribble, but you're doing it just so you can get Paul George similar to. That's just ridiculous. I'm not doing that, right? I'm not going to do that. I want my build to play like Paul George, period. And of course, the perimeter defense is a 95. Oh my God, right? So his perimeter defense is 95. It still is not that high, but the perimeter defense is high, right? And if you go over here to the badges, as you can see, he has decent slashing badges, right? He has really good shooting badges, of course, right? He has playmaking badges, of course. And then, of course, he has really good defensive badges, right? There's a lot of gold defensive badges. So the challenge that I had here was trying to figure out how could I make Paul George. Now, as you can see, Paul George is a shooting guard. Paul George is the shooting guard for the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard is a small forward, power forward, and he's a shooting guard, small forward. So he's actually a shooting guard. If you look at him, he's listed as a shooting guard. So you have to make him at the shooting guard position, right? At 6'8", you can't do that. Let's head over to the My Player Builder. And as you can see, he's a two-way inside-out scorer. Let's just see how we can make the best rendition of Paul George in the My Player Builder. Let's head over there real quick. All right, so let's hop right into it. So again, Paul George is a shooting guard. He's right-handed. Of course, he's number 13. All right. Now, what I did here is that I made 2 different renditions of the Paul George build. I wanted to be able to show 2 different versions of the build and see which one, and then y'all decide which one y'all like better. Or because I think there's 2 different play styles that you can get out of this. Because again, when you have somebody like a Paul George that literally has finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive attributes that are off the charts, you literally cannot have all 4. So you have to break it down into sections. I say, hey, I can give you these and I can give you this. So the first one is I'm gonna give you offense. All right, I'm gonna give you the offense of Paul George, where it's gonna play offensively like him. All right, so I'm gonna go with the shooting and slashing pie chart. Right, and then I'm gonna go with the one that gives you the most speed, invert. All right, and then what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna max out the close shot, driving layup, the driving dunk. We're also gonna go 51 here, and that's gonna get you right at 16. Then you're gonna go 75 on your mid range, and then max out your 3-point shot. Now, why are we doing that? Because of course he had a 77 mid range, and he had an 83 3-point shot. So we're trying to still make Paul George the best that we can. Right now, we're going to max out the rest of the free throw and the post fade. The pass accuracy, we're going to go to a 73. Then the ball handling, we're going to max out, and then we're going to go ahead and go 70 on the post fade. That's going to get you right at 12. And then you want to max out your perimeter defense, your lateral quickness, your steals, and also your blocks. Okay, so that's gonna get you right at 4. So you're looking at 16, 20, 12, and 4. That is a lot of badges. All right, so the cool thing is you do get a lot of badges. You're also able to do, like I said, this part right here, the defense and stuff, that is going to be the lowest point, right? That's the lowest point. He had a 95 perimeter defense. Right now we're at a 75. But the thing is this. When it comes to the offensive side, this is where you're going to get the Paul George feel, okay? Now, what you want to do here, body type, you can go whatever. I just went with solid, all right? Now, of course, at 6'5", this is where he's at the shooting guard. You can go 6'7" if you want to. Now, I can say this. You can go 6'7" if you want to, right? And you can still get the name of the build that I'm trying to get. But to me personally, again, you have nothing here. You have nothing here. You can't dribble, right? You're not a lights out shooter, and you don't even get contact dunks. And then your defense gets even worse. As you know, 2K wants you in no way, shape, or form to be tall. They do not want you to be tall, right? So what I did is that instead of going 6'7" at the 6'7", I went 6'6", right? When you're 6'6", the big thing is you have 81 driving dunk. That means that all you have to do is just get to 84 to be able to get your contact dunks, which means that all you have to do is be a 98. You be a 99, and then you can get 85 driving dunk, and you'll be able to get all the contact dunks. All right. So keep that in mind. But now let's go further. What I want to do here is that he's 220, but what I did is that I went 188 because I wanted my lateral quickness to at least be 70. Okay. And then for my wingspan, I went to 80.9. All right. So now, as you can see, you have 75 ball handling. All right. So what that means is that you're being able to get the pro tier dribble moves. You have an 80 3-point shot. You have an 81 driving dunk. That 81 driving dunk can get to an 85, like I said, if you hit 99. And if you also hit 99, you get an 84 3-point shot. You get an 80 mid-range shot. Your ball handling goes to a 79. Your lateral quickness is a 70. Your perimeter defense can get to a 76. Your shields can be to a 75. And to be honest with you, I feel like this is, I'm gonna let y'all choose, but I feel like this is the better version of Paul George, just for the simple fact of is that when you're playing a video game and you're playing on NBA 2K, a lot of this game is also more so, favored for offense. This right here is an individual that can do anything at every single level. He can shoot and he can get contact dunks. He can dribble, like he can do post fades and post moves. This is what Paul George does offensively, okay? Now, it's really your call on what you want to do here. Again, you can go 6'7" and still, go 6'7", drop the weight down by 10, and then drop your wingspan down, I think by 4 notches, and you'll still be able to get what we're trying to get here. But the cool thing is that now you have two choices. You can either get your slashing takeover or your spot up shooting takeover. Of course, for me, I'm going with the slashing takeover. I think slashing is just what you want. It's just a really, really good OP badge to have. And especially when you can already shoot, it just makes you unstoppable because it's hard. And also, slashing takeover allows you, it gives you a boost on your ball handling. So I was playing around with this, and you can also speed boost with this when you have takeover. Right, so it's pretty dope. When you're 99 overall and you have slashing takeover, you're able to speed boost. You can't ask for anything better than that, right? So then what you're going to get is an inside-out scorer. So again, Paul George is a two-way inside-out scorer. We just made the inside-out scorer because we really wanted to favor the offensive side, and that's what we got. We had the Paul George with the offensive side of the build. You can't make both sides, but we went with the inside-out scorer. And then what we're going to do here is just go ahead and real quickly go over some of the badges that I would do, and then we'll go right into the second build, all right? So what you want to do here, of course, is you want to get your contact finisher in the Hall of Fame. I think that's one of the most important badges to have. Then you want to go fancy footwork on gold. You want to go ahead and get your consistent finisher on gold. You want to get your giant slayer on gold. And then the last one, again, it can either be slithery finisher or it can be acrobat. It's really your call. I prefer to go ahead and go with acrobat, but again, it's really your call what you prefer and what you want to go with. But I'm going with acrobat. I think this is a really good stack. Again, it's all about stacking badges, and I think this is a really good lineup for Paul George. But again, it's your build. You can do it any way you want to. When it comes to shooting, you can get your quick draw on gold or Hall of Fame. It really just depends on what you want. For me, I'm gonna go Hall of Fame range extender. We're gonna go hot zone hunter. We're gonna go green machine on gold. We're gonna go catch and shoot on silver, because I understand this is that you're not the primary ball handler, so you want to make sure that you're getting badges that could really help you, but you can also be the primary ball handler if you wanted to, or you can be someone who can take the ball up the court because you are such a good shooter. You will be such a good shooter, right? And then you want to go ahead and get your deep fades, right? I think this is a really good lineup for him because this build right here, when you're playing on the threes, you're going to be able to, if a build like this, man, you're going to be able to get enough shots, and decent amount of enough shots, so where you can definitely be competitive, where you can activate your green machine. I got the catch and shoot just because I felt like you have an 83-point shot, you have range extender, you have hot zone hunter. Green machine, again, is just like I said, I feel like it's just extremely good badge. Now, if you were someone that's going to be shooting the ball more than 4 times, then take away the catch and shoot and put volume shooter here, and because volume shooter is just ridiculously OP. But it's really only good for someone that's shooting the ball more than 4 or 5 times a game, okay? And then here for your playmaking, of course, what you want to do is you want to get your quick first step on gold. If you're going to be dribbling, you want to get your handles for days on gold. I also think you should go ahead and get post-spin technician, because you can work down low. If you want to go on silver, by all means, you can put it on silver. You want to get your shot creator on gold. That's important. And then last but not least, it's really your call. But again, if you're going to be dribbling a little bit, I always say this is always good just to have unpluckable on bronze, just to make sure that, hey, you're not getting ripped. But it's your build. You can do it any way you want to. And then last but not least, here I just say go ahead and get your clamps on silver, and then get interceptor on silver. I think that those two are really good. Interceptor is really good just far as just stealing the ball, man. Especially if you're playing corner, if you're gonna have a lockdown that's gonna be guarding ball or whatever, and you're gonna be in the corner, or just like I said, it kills in rec, it kills in the park, especially on the 2s and 3s where you're like playing the passing lane and get a lot of steals. So with 4 badges, I think that's the best way to use it. But again, it's your call. This is what I will look at as far as doing the more highly stacked offensive side of him. We can get contact dunks and that type of deal. Now let's go ahead and look at the second version, what I think would be a good version of Paul George also. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the second version of what I want to do with Paul George. And of course, I went with the shooting defensive pie chart here, just trying to be able to get as much as I can out of this Paul George build here. I feel like, again, man, it's your call. The vert, the speed is going to be, again, that's what I'm picking. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to max out the driving layup, close shot, driving dunk, max out standing dunk. Put that at, at a 53. And then we're going to go 39 here. That gets you right at 9, all right? Then you want to go ahead again, 75 here. And then you want to max out this to an 80. Your free throw, you want to get to an 88. Your post fade, you want to get to an 80. You want to get a 73 on your pass accuracy. You want to max out your ball handling. You want to go ahead and max out your post move. That's going to give you 10. Then here, you want to go ahead and max out your perimeter defense, your ladder quickness, and your steals. All right. So off rip, you can already tell the perimeter defense, the ladder quickness, and steals are going to be extremely better. But I don't want to get into the attributes yet until I work with the height and weight. Let's look at the badges. The badges, again, are really good. I mean, they're not bad. 9 finishing, 17 shooting, 10 playmaking, 8 defensive rebound. So you have twice as many defensive rebound badges as last time. But then, of course, you're going to have way less finishing and shooting. All right. But if you're somebody that says, hey, I really want to have defense, then by all means, this is the version that can give you better defense. You'll still be able to shoot well. You also will not be able to get contact dunks. That's another thing. You're not going to get contact dunks with this build, and you're not going to be able to dribble as well, right? It's going to be the same exact build, guys. Go ahead and go with solid. You want to go 6'6". You want to go 188, right? And then you want to get your wingspan at 80.9. So again, now you're looking at it here. Your perimeter defense is 81, so your perimeter defense will be able to get to an 85. You're having 84 lateral quickness. You're having 85 steal. That's not bad at all, right? Then you're going to have a 76 ball handling. You're having 84 mid-range shot. I mean, a 3-point shot. You're having 80 mid-range shot. Here, you're only having 80 driving dunk, right? So that's what really hurts, is that you're not going to be able to get the contact dunk animations. You could get slashing takeover, and that will be able to help you out if you wanted to get that. And that's where we can talk about also his speed will be an 88. His vert will be a 94. It's not bad. Like I said, this is not bad at all. It's a good version of it. Again, I think you should go slashing takeover because it will allow you to get the contact dunks. but you can go with lockdown if you want to, but really Paul George would probably best with either slashing or sharpshooting takeover. I'm going with slashing. All right, and then in this version here, you're going to get a 3 and D guard. All right, a 3 and D guard, which of course that is exactly what Paul George is. He's a primary 3-point shooter, and he plays really good defense. So of course you can see how those two can mix together. All right, now let's go ahead and test it out and show what badges I think would be best for this build. Let's get him the 99 real quick. All right, now for the finishing badges, I also say that you always want to get your contact finisher on gold. Keep in mind, you will have slash and takeover, so you want to have that. You want to have your fancy footwork, then you want to have your consistent finisher. Right? These three are really big. Consistent finisher is big, guys. I don't care what anybody says. It really helps you out to make those ridiculously late released, early release, highly contested layups. You already make them now. This makes it even more OP, right? But again, it's your build. You can make it any way you want. Again, it's your build. You can make it any way you want. Sometimes I feel like y'all be in the comment section talking about, why didn't you do this? Hey man, listen, make it your way. It's your build. You can do whatever you want. All right. Again, you can go quick draw right here. Range extender, put that on gold. Hot zone hunter, put that on gold. Go ahead and put your catch and shoot. Again, you want to get your dead eye, and then you want to get your green machine. So you're still being able to get pretty much everything you wanted here. It's just that you're not going to be able to. You had just a few less badges because you couldn't get these Hall of Fame like you did last time, and this was gold. So I mean, but you're still pretty much getting a decent amount of badges to work with, right? And then for your playmaking, you want to go your handles for days, your quick first step, and then you want to go with space creator. These right here are really big. You're not able to get the post spin technician. Still go ahead and get unpluckable, but these three right here are the most important. That's going to really help you out as a guard, being able to do those hop steps to get those ankle breaker animations. Also, handles for days helps you with fatigue, quick first step. If you already see my playmaking video, best badges, you'll see why, right? Then here, of course, now you have some more options. But again, I think clamps on Hall of Fame is going to be very important. And then pick dodger, right? Because if you're going to be guarding ball, right, then you want to have these two to make sure that you're able to be able to guard the ball and be able to help out your team. These are the two most important badges when it comes to guarding the ball and going through screens, right? If you wanted to go, like I said, if you want to go a little bit different here, then you can go boom, and then boom, and then get tireless defender, because that's also important. Obviously, brick wall drains your energy. So again, these are the ones that I look at. Pickpocket is not something that you need to have. I can keep telling people that over and over again. You're not in the game. If you're sitting there trying to steal the ball every single time on defense, you're just racking up fouls, and it's just like you're really trying to like get timely in pickpockets. You're not going to steal the ball every possession. What's more important is making sure you stay in front of the defender and make sure they don't get open shots, right? But that's my opinion, all right? Now, there you have it. Two different versions of what I think a good Paul George build would be. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop a like. As usual, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. You know about the memberships. Look at the membership tiers, and I'll be very, very grateful to have y'all as actual members to my channel. Other than that, I'll be back really, really soon, another banger. And you know, when I say I'll be back soon, another banger, you know what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.
Yeah, rare form, yeah.